Polestar Expedition is a pretty cool concept, travelling with your freighter and only using your starship for in-system travel. But there are a few things about the Polestar Expedition that aren't super clear, or can be done way more efficiently than is obvious. So let's save you a whole bunch of time. First is making money. These are the two ways I would recommend for this expedition. The first and easy option is just plundering the bases people have left along the way. Lots of other players build large bases specifically for this purpose. They mine resources for you to use and sell. However, that is not always possible due to the servers not connecting, especially over weekends. Also, you may just want it to be a bit more of a challenge or even a solo built adventure. For this option, I'd recommend smuggling. By travelling through pirate controlled systems whenever you need to go to a non-rendezvous system in order to reach the next, you can purchase more and more as you go. And this isn't just as your funds will grow as you go, but for each new pirate system you pick up along the way, you will gain a new one to teleport back to next time, allowing you to loop each pirate system every time you enter a new one. Contraband trade goods sell for a huge profit in non-pirate controlled systems, like the rendezvous systems, so every time you warp into one, pop to the station to unload your contraband and you'll complete your expedition having smuggled tens of millions of units worth of cargo and never once been bothered by the space fuzz. Next is the best way to deal with pirates. Not only is the easiest way to do this at the beginning by doing a few pirate kill missions in pirate controlled systems, as they always have at least one and it will give you some fantastic primary to start your smuggling, but you can take on these pirates in your starter ship with little to no issues and get lots of bonus tech doing it. The trick here is to focus fire one ship at a time, starting with your photon cannon to take down their shields. As soon as the shields are down, keep firing but switch to your rockets, which will one-shot an unshielded pirate. If you are attacking the pirates through a pirate controlled station mission, they will only attack you 2 at a time, at least at this stage of the game, and there should be 3 waves of 2. The first wave will attack from the front where the freighter wreck has spawned after you reach the location. The other 2 waves will spawn behind you. You can choose to remain looking forward and they will mostly drive past you into view, or keep turning as they spawn to get on top of them right away. After you take one out, be sure to fly into the explosion to pick up any potential starship shield batteries or suspicious goods, technology or weapon drops. Do 3 of these missions and you have your milestone. Storm crystals are next, as lots of people were caught unaware at the end after finding out they needed one to craft the final item. I won't say any more to avoid spoilers, but I can tell you a very easy place to reach and get 10 of them for little effort and without waiting around for a storm. Just on the route to the Rendezvous 1 system, Higari Reich, a little over 100 light years from Wazaki, is a pirate system called Kuyumata. If you warped without the salvage hyperdrive upgrade installed, the first system the game sends you to is called Tainash 11. Kuyumata is just by this. Heading into Kuyumata's pirate controlled space station, you can find a mission from the giver that rewards 10 storm crystals for killing 6 pirates. Not only does this give you 1 more storm crystal to make the extra hypercore you'll need to reach the end, past what you already receive, but another for the crafted item, and then 8 more storm crystals to sell for 1 million plus units to get some great capital for all that smuggling you're going to be doing. It just makes sense. Fleet expeditions are a new big focus with the Endurance update, but there are a few things you may wish to consider to make things easier for those 8 you must complete for Polestar. First is how to do them in the first place. You'll open up fleet expeditions by first building a fleet command room. You need 1 room per live expedition, so 5 eventually, but 1 will do right at the beginning. Once you've built a fleet command room, go to your log and select the mission Freighter Command, then interact with the fleet command room terminal. This will give you the 3 frigate fuel blueprints and set you up. To launch expeditions, you just have to talk to the NPC standing around the center console of the freighter's bridge. He arranges them for you. Going forward, you'll need more than the 200 tons of freighter fuel it gives you at the start, so a very easy, cheap and quick way to get frigate fuel is to simply buy tritium and dihydrogen from the space station vendors in pirate controlled systems. You'll be going to them for a number of things anyway, just buy all they have from 2 of them and you are set for the expedition. As for sending the expeditions and completing the milestone, you could just send and abort them immediately. This is a cheaty, exploity way to complete the 8 expeditions with little effort. However, if you want to be legit but a little evil, you could purposefully send your frigates on dangerous missions, in the hopes they will get damaged and report they wish to abort the mission. The last option is to be legit and proper, but there's no reason why you can't still be efficient. For this, I would recommend not buying more than one more frigate. Fleet expeditions have two meta types. These are beginner expeditions, which are what you see originally and only take 1 to 3 hours or so, and then the normal meta type that will be all you get after you reach 3 or more frigates. These fleet expeditions will be somewhere from 5 to 28 hours in length. So during your initial play session you can send out 2 at a time and get through the missions. Then once you can afford 5 or more frigates, shoot from 2 to 5 plus frigates and send the whole day's worth out at once. Fleet expeditions are limited to 5 per day total. This is reset at midnight local time. On top of that, by completing the pirate killing milestone early, you can get 3 S-Class freighter beacon upgrades, which will each add 15% speed to your fleet expeditions. This does affect in-progress expeditions, so no need to hold off on sending them before installing your upgrades. Lastly is a nice simple one, a few very useful refining recipes that will come in clutch during this expedition. First is Fecium. You'll need 25 Fecium to build the double cultivation room. Fecium can be obtained from many places, but you had to build a refine room anyway, so just whack dihydrogen and carbon in the refiner and get Fecium out of it. Happy days. Next is magnetized ferrite. You need 70 here, 50 there. You could just refine dust into pure ferrite, then again into magnetized, or you could be incredibly efficient with your time and refine 10 gold and silver into platinum, then 10 ferrite dust, pure ferrite and platinum into magnetized ferrite at a ratio of 1 to 12, giving you all the magnetized ferrite you need for the entire expedition. Then there is chromatic metal. For this I would firstly recommend you repair the part of your freighter hyperdrive at the start that needs 250 chromatic metal with a repair kit, saving you 250, meaning you only need to find an additional 75 later, which could be purchased from a station you pass through. However, refining wise, if you put some gold, silver and copper into that large refiner, you will get 5 chromatic metal per one of those. And then there is ionized cobalt. You'll need 50 to craft one of the rooms later on, but most of the stations just have normal cobalt. So make it easy on yourself and just refine cobalt and oxygen to get ionized cobalt at a rate of 2 to 5. You can then further turn the ionized cobalt to more at a rate of 2 oxygen and 1 ionized cobalt to 6 ionized. This recipe also works subbing the cobalt for carbon to get condensed carbon en masse. Play around with it. Knowing your refining recipes is very useful, and I have a searchable table on my website full of these gems linked below. Lastly, I would briefly warn you about the instability of refiners on freighters at the moment. People are reporting missing resources, so be sure to use the save point just before and don't leave the refiner going. Stay in the screen as it refines and you shouldn't lose any resources. I hope you found these tips helpful in completing the 8th expedition, Polestar. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to keep up to date on everything No Man's Sky, and of course the upcoming step-by-step guide for the Polestar Expedition, for those on a tight schedule. Have an amazing day.